Yo guys, this is Reinhardt, and this video is gonna be worth your time. Just like my channel, I believe it will be worth your time. So today, we're gonna talk about blame the parents. And quite honestly, that's one of those things that pisses me off a lot. It's blame the parents. Oh, don't blame the parents. Oh, they're poor. They're poor people living in a slums. Mom is working really hard. Don't blame her that her kid is fucking screwed up. I don't buy that crap one bit. And that's what pisses me off a lot, to be honest. So, yes, there are exceptions to everything, and some people get broken by life. But what I don't think as a society, we're not blaming parents enough for not raising atrocity of the kids. So one time, I'll give you an example. So me and my girlfriend went to laser tag, and basically, this was a little kid, 5 years old, right? And so he tagged me, which is fine, and he stood right there. And he tagged me again as soon as the lights went up. I don't know. The guy had some super amazing switch, because as soon as I was spamming it, and he was faster than me. So he tagged me again and again and again, and I told him, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Hold my arm, start working away. He starts following me. So at the end of the day, I took his gun, and showed him the side, go, and I kind of yelled at him. So he kind of got threatened, so he moves away. So after the game is over, his father comes into me, start breathing into my nose. Hey, did you hold my parents' kid? I'm like, he was being, dude, I'm asking you, did you hold my kid's gun? Yes. He's just a boy. What the hell, man? And I'm looking there. I'm like, and for me, at that point in time, I guess that's before like the red pill philosophy, before I start thinking into it, and I kind of shut up. I had nothing to say. I actually felt really, really bad about myself for, yeah, he was just a kid. How dared I hold his gun up, even though he was an asshole to me. But now that I'm looking more into it, and I guess more of a self-love coming in, the thing I would have said is I would have said, you made a fucking terrible job raising your kid. Okay? Your kid was a freaking arrogant prick, and I warned them a few times to stop shooting and camping me. I want to enjoy the game just as much as he does, or you do, because I pay the same amount of money. And you need to teach your kid how to respect elder people. You're a fucking terrible father. That's what I should have told them. But that came up to me later. You know, guys, how sometimes it happens when you come up with the best comeback possible, but it's too late. But you're hoping that some kind of a same situation will happen in the future, so the comeback, you kind of still saving comeback in your head. But the biggest thing in that case is, at that point in time, yeah, I didn't think about blaming the parents. I didn't think about, well, yeah, he's just a kid. What kind of expectations I have from him? But that's not true, because my mom had a high expectations of me. Ridiculously high. So, one time I was standing in line, and there was an older lady in front of me, and I was 5 years old, and I have no idea why. I understand the kids. I mean, kids are assholes, and I pretty much tripped her. Like, legitimately, I tried to swipe her feet, and she looks frightened. Like, what is going on? And I'm looking at my mom, and my mom is like, smack. Now, I get that maybe smacking was a little bit too much. There could have been other ways to negotiate and to actually not induce that behavior, or like decrease that behavior wanted, like alienate the computer games, the fun times, and everything else. But in retrospect, she gave me the full 100% responsibility, even when I was 5 years old. It wasn't such thing as, oh, he's just a kid, let him trip you, don't worry about it, lady. And that's one of the things that pisses me off the most. So that's one. Second thing. Throughout our lifetime, my dad went bankrupt because of USSR, kind of falling apart, and this is my other video that I made. So we went from super rich to bankrupt, dirt poor, to decently wealthy, to the point where we got robbed completely, to the decently poor, to decently rich, to traveling to another country, starting from the ground zero. We traveled from Russia to Uzbekistan, again to really, really poor, to again extremely wealthy, very, very wealthy. And then we came to the United States, and in where we lived in Uzbekistan, basically the minimum monthly wage was $2 an hour. $2 a month. The average monthly wage was about, I would say, like $10, $8 a month. My dad was making 15. I was making $1 or $2 a day. Like, dude, I was a baller, kind of. But I worked for him, so that doesn't really count. But what I'm trying to say is my dad made a ton of money. But when you convert it to American, it's really not that much. So we're coming over here, we're buying the house kind of during this inflated market. And we're starting from the ground zero here again. And now we're doing actually relatively decent. We're like those, like you probably like, we're always swinging up and down, up and down. And the reason why I decided to come to the United States at the end of the day is a political stability and pursuit of happiness, of opening your own businesses and stuff like that. But when we were dirt poor, when I had no money for the gas, I had to overdraft my account to fill the gas tank in my car to go on to the interview that I would not get a job for. That was a problem. We went through some really, really, really hard times. But never in any one of those cases have we behaved ourselves like a fucking plebs. Okay? What I mean by that, no matter where we lived, if it was a small house or if it was a big house, if it was something tiny on the table or if there was a full feast on the table, we went through both, up and down. Our house was always clean, it was always spotless. My mom always wanted me to go to school. She always wanted me to continue my education. She always checked on my grades. She always made sure I'm at home before 8 o'clock at night. Even when I was like 15, 16 years old, I was super pissed off about that. Right? My dad was always made sure that I'm gonna go to martial arts. I would wanna learn how to defend myself physically. It was always like that. Even when we were dirt poor, our house was still spotless and clean. We went to school, still, and we expected to get straight A's, no matter what. Whether we're poor or whether we're fucking rich, that didn't matter. The mentality of us never ever changed. And what my mom told me back in the day, I think I was like 11 years old, when we're dirt poor, when I was like legitimately had really terrible clothes to wear, and I was going to a school, prestigious school, where people owned the freaking wine production company, 3-4 private shops, and in Russia everybody liked to show off how good they are in the fancy clothes. And here I am, looking like crap, dressing like crap. Not like crap, I'm dressed clean, everything is nice, tidy, but it was cheap, okay? I was given money for the bus, sometimes. And what I would do is I would actually walk and save enough money to like get like video game or something. It would take like 3-4 months of saving just to get one video game. And I would have to walk like 4 or 5 miles in about 110 hits just to get that. But what my mom told me back then, when we were dirt poor, she said one thing. You know, right now, we are not rich, but we are proud people. We're not rich, but we're proud. And that's what I freaking don't understand about a lot of parents out here. Okay? I don't understand how people can live in dirty houses, in dirty places, how they cannot be proud of themselves. Our parents don't take any accountability possible, at all for their kids, for the behavior of their kids, for them behaving like little jerkwads, like little plebs. And that's one of those things that just kind of pisses me off, because parents, a lot of the stuff, and this is probably going to be the second video, But a lot of the insecurities and issues we have in our late teens and early 20s and mid 20s to possibly even 30s and 40s and 50s and until we die comes from our parents and education that the parents give us. But the spin on this type of particular thing is I don't have any respect for single moms. The single moms who have a lot of kids, sit on welfare, I have zero respect for them. Because that's not being proud of who you are, where you came from, or what you want to be. Okay? Never, ever, ever in my life, when I had a few opportunities, when my parents had a few opportunities, we never took food stamps, we never took unemployment, we never took any welfare at all. Sorry guys, the air conditioning kicks in. We never took any governmental help because we found out it was beneath us. Because we could do our better and we can do better. And when I see a lot of people just living like that, okay? Oh, I'm gonna just let my employer fire me so I can collect some unemployment. Fuck, have a pride for yourself, alright? Well, fucking seven generation welfare recipient? I don't give a fuck what color you are. Black, purple, yellow. I don't give a shit. You shouldn't be sitting on your ass on your welfare, because guess what? You don't have any skills. And your kid's not gonna have any skills. And you have 7 kids sitting on the welfare? Guess how many kids your kid's gonna have? And what are they gonna do? Also sit on the welfare. Where is the pride for people? And that's what pisses me just off, okay? How can people just not have sense of dignity and sense of pride in our days? How can, I don't know, how can people never feel even a shred of responsibility for their bad actions? Okay? This is why I don't like single moms in general. Because most of the times they go for the jerks, they go for the cool guys, for the cool kids. When I was going through a college and university and I was working 2 jobs, luckily I had I got a 6-pack at like a junior and senior year, so I just started getting lots of dates. But before I got 6-pack, I still worked 2 jobs, but none of the girls were interested in me because he wasn't hot enough. When I had a thick accent, I was a little bit awkward too, but none of them actually want to look past that. Look past, oh, this guy is extremely hardworking, working 2 jobs. There must be something about him. No. A lot of girls, and I know they got married and now they're fucking divorcing. And I'm sitting out there laughing my ass off, to be honest. Laughing my ass off. They married the guys who couldn't even get into the business program, got some bullshit degree, that wasn't making a lot of money, got into like 20,000-30,000 student loan debts, right? Took those girls out on their big ass fucking credit cards, paid for those credit cards. They had kids, and now they're like, And then I talked to one of her friends, and she said, you know what she said? She said, he charmed me. He charmed me. Like it was his fault. It wasn't her fault at all. That she didn't look past the bullshit. Right? And I told her, hey, your fucking fault. You chose the guy. He didn't choose. You could have went out with plenty of other guys. And that's the thing. And now she's a single mom. Makes about like 31,000 a year. Like really terrible living conditions. Again, dirt, like, and everything too. I didn't even know why she went to school, to be honest. I don't think she even fully graduated. People. We need to take responsibility for our lives. But here's one thing I want to tell to everybody. Whether you're fucking rich, whether you're poor, middle class, whatever classes, be proud of who you are in life. Because that's all we have. Is our word, our pride, and our balls. Thank you guys.